With Britain's Brexit Minister Lord Frost in France today to try and smooth the troubled waters over the row between the UK and France over fishing rights in the Channel, we thought we'd break down just what is actually on the table and how they're going to settle this row. Well, let's look at the map now, because you can see that following Britain's exit from the EU, the map has totally changed regarding its fishing rights and who can go into its areas. Previously, before the UK left the European Union, any fishermen from any of the EU countries could take their boats and fish pretty much anywhere. Lots of authorisations given by the government in Westminster. Of course, that's all changed following the exit. And now the situation over those Channel Islands in Jersey and Guernsey is the cause of the biggest tension between France and the UK. We're only talking about several dozen fishing licences here, but it's become a huge political issue. And our correspondent, Meg McMahon, has been travelling along the French northern coast to get an idea of what people feel about this. Meg, good to see you there. What have people been telling you?
Yeah, you couldn't make it up, Tokes. You think that politicians would have bigger fish to fry with COVID-19 and COP26, but actually it's fish that is causing this major spat between neighbours, France and the UK. And you can really feel the frustration and the anger here where I am in Boulogne-sur-Mer, which is just right by the port of Calais, and is a massive processing hub for fish and is deeply impacted by this decision that sparked this controversy, which was a decision taken by Jersey and the UK government not to grant licences to 42 small fishing boats, saying that they did not have the requirements, even though they argue that they did fish there before and they do have the necessary requirements, even though they mightn't have the fancy equipment that bigger trawlers may have. So that is where we are at now, with Twitter wars going on as well between Lord Frost and his French counterpart, the European French Minister Clément Beaune. They're meeting in Paris as we speak. But today I've been speaking to the port director here in Boulogne-sur-Mer and over in Calais, and they said they just want to see adults in the room and a solution be found. They also reminisce to what life was like before Brexit, when the Common Fisheries Agreement was around and the Bay of Conville Agreement that regulated the rules and set the rules of the game for French and British fishermen.
Maybe we've spoken a lot about that war of words you referenced there on Twitter. We've seen the exchanges between Emmanuel Macron and Boris Johnson over this issue. We know so much about the differences, but what are the possible areas of compromise?
Well, funny enough, Tokes, it's actually the European Commission itself that's sitting in the middle as the mediator here between the UK and the French counterparts. And they'll be meeting tomorrow in Brussels. Lord Frost will be sitting down at lunchtime with Maris Sefcovic, the European Commissioner in charge of all things Brexit related. And they'll be helping to mediate this dispute, to remind, of course, both sides what they signed up to in the deal. Because the French here that I've been speaking to say today argue that in the EU-UK trade agreement, the rules were clearly written down, that although the previous arrangements were ripped up when Brexit happened, that there were new rules and that fishing rights should be granted to those French fishermen who cannot get their licences today. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out of that meeting. But as I said, people here have hope, have faith in politicians to do the right thing for the economy and, of course, for the people.